Welcome everybody, it's Rusty Money here. This is a channel full of live streams, challenges, let's plays, and more. So I hope you enjoy this next creation. Welcome everybody, it's Rusty Money here, and welcome to the channel. I'm here to bring you a how-to video on how to build caves, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to call 3 different styles of caves. A simple cave, a cave with structures or decorations, and the third cave, underground. So in order to do this building of caves, you will need the decorative rocks pack that just came to the mod hub for all platforms just recently, and you can see it on the screen right now. Here is the mod, Decorative Rocks, by the following author, and I do not know how to pronounce that name, so I will print it in larger print on the screen now. But it says decorative rocks. These stones are intended for use in landscaping. They can be installed inside and on top of each other. To build with these, please use toggle free mode. If the setting is not enabled, the game will raise the land when stacking. Prices are about $20 a piece. They're in the category decoration, and there is an update. Channel log V1.0.0.1. New rocks added, converted rocks from FS22 base game maps Elm Creek and Erlengrot, and optimized the file size. So let's get to my test map on Zelonka. I couldn't think of the name of it. And we will show you how to build caves. All right, everybody, we are here on Zelonka, my testing map for FS25 here on PlayStation 5. So let's get right down to it and build you a simple cave. What you need is that decorative rocks pack from the mod hub that I showed you at the beginning of this video, and then we go into the landscape screen. And in this screen here, we will go down to decorations. We'll go down and select our rocks. And remember, when we use these rocks, we have to turn on the toggle free mode so it does not raise the ground. So I got a lot of decorations probably turned on right now, other mods, so these are going to be towards the bottom of this list probably. There they are. Here is the start of them. A ravine rock 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a steep rock, Alps rock steep 1, and then another steep rock 2, 3, a flat rock 1 and 2, flat rock 3 and 4, and then a US rock 1, 2, a rock with no snow, and then a US rock 4, US rock 5 and 6, and 7 and 8, and 9. So a lot of different kinds of decorative rocks, everybody, are in this pack. But let's see here. We need to get a big sized rock. So what ones of these are gonna be a bigger size? I think like that right there. Okay, so let's build a simple cave. All right, so we want toggle free mode on. When you first select your rock, it's gonna say toggle free mode off. So here on PlayStation, we hit triangle to turn toggle free mode on. Let's place the rock so it doesn't raise the ground. All right, there we go. There is a rock. And we will make a small little cave here. And you just make the shape of your cave however you wish, everybody. Now remember, when you make a cave, you kind of want some kind of cave-like entrance, right? So let's just make a simple entrance right there. And then we stack these on top of each other, like so. And we still have toggle free mode on. We'll make it a tall cave, kind of. Alright, now to enclose that cave, let's start to overlap them a little bit. As you see there, we're overlapped. Let's overlap right here now on the entrance to our cave. Now when you build caves, your cave doesn't have to be fully enclosed, so you have some natural light if you want. So let's put our rock up there, get it positioned where it will stay on top of another rock, like so. Alright, let's go check out our cave. Alright, there is a simple cave build right there. Now I'm going to make you a more advanced cave that we're going to call cave with structures or decorations. So it's simple, and you can select all kinds of different rock formations from that decorative rocks pack. But there is a cave above ground, just a simple little cave. Now, let's build you a more advanced cave with structures. All right. So let's get back into the landscape screen. And we're going to make ourselves kind of a unique little entrance to our cave, all right? Now, remember, in Farming Simulator, it's all about having fun and using your imagination, right? So let's go in here to Others, and let's select ourselves container box. Okay, that might actually be in decorations now that I think about it. So we get ourselves a container box. Should be on this list here coming up. We just need a simple container box. That's a pallet of wood. Right here, we'll just go with this little one. Alright, let's just place that right there. Okay, let's go with right there. Now remember, turn toggle free mode back on. Okay, and we'll make ourselves an entrance, a decent sized entrance like that. Okay, and then on the inside of our cave, let's go with, let's see what we have here. Oops, in sheds. Do I got a small shed to use? I don't necessarily have a small shed in sheds. So let's go back to our other category, let's just select, I think we'll select that carport. Okay, let's just use this carport for an example purpose. And we're going to put this in here, okay? Alright, now we're going to build our cave around those like structures or decorations, if you will. So let's build the base of our cave. So we need to go back to decorations and down to our decorative rocks. Down into this list. Should be a little further yet. And here is our rocks. Now let's see if we can get a little bit bigger rock. So let's use this rock right here. And we're going to place this rock like right next to our storage container, okay? So let's turn our toggle free mode back on so we don't raise the ground, and let's place that. Okay, now we're still on with the toggle free mode. And we're going to turn this around like so, and let's place this in here right there. Okay, and then you could go around your cave, make the base of your cave. Now remember, you can kind of put these into each other if you want, like I have here. And we'll close this off like so. Okay, so we have a cave with a structure inside of it. Now, if we want to put any other decorations in that cave, we should start to put those decorations in there now. So let's just go to our decorations here a little bit. Let's say we need to put in a... Say we got a good sized cave here. We need a truck that's going to take some stone out. So let's put our decorative truck in here. Okay, and what else might we find? We'll put in this here. Alright, now let's go ahead now and we will go back to the decorative rocks then. And, ooh, that's a big one right there. Ravine Rock Taller 5. That is a big rock. Ooh, that one's even bigger. Ravine Rock 4. Okay, we're learning here what runs are big and so on. How about that guy? He's not very big. We'll get back to this rock here. Okay, now we need to close off. Whoops. We need to close off our cave. Toggle free mode on. Okay, we want that on. Okay, that rock's not gonna fit very well with what we're doing. Toggle free mode on. Want it to get up there on that container, but it's not gonna do this the way I really want it to, so we're gonna have to play around here, I think. Okay, let's look for a smaller rock. Let's put that in here somewhere. Let's see now. Let's go about right here. Toggle free mode on. Let's place that rock. Let's see about placing another one on top of it. It doesn't really go on top of it very well, but here we can get on top of our entrance right there. Let's place this one right there. Let's place this on the container like it's falling through, crushing the container. Toggle free mode on. We'll get these placed here. Like so. Alright, now let's select another rock. See if that will let us put there. Okay, toggle free mode on. On. There we go. Okay, so now let's see if we can close that off then across the top of those. Get these to start to stack up. Okay, they're not really stacking up very well quite yet. Toggle free mode on again. We get this one over here. Let's just go around our cave. Like so. We are building our cave now. Okay, now let's see what we got. Toggle free mode on again. I picked another rock. Ooh, there we go. Now we're kind of getting somewhere. Let's go right there. Let's turn this one and see if we can get it across and touch the other rock. Okay, there we go. We don't want to crush our truck. But see, you can start to position these kind of however you wish then. Like so. Alright, then if you keep going up, you can get higher and higher. Alright, now let's see about another tall rock. How about this one? Toggle free mode on. It's not so much tall, but maybe we can start to get a base to raise our cave up. Let's get a different rock. We need one that is really going to potentially raise us. What do we got here? Those are little, it looks like. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, let's... nope, not that one. Let's go with this. Toggle free mode on, but I think you kind of get the feeling here, or the concept of how you do it. Let's put that one right there. Then right there. We'll get this one spun around. Go right there. Then right there. Get all the way around it here. Let's leave some light, some natural light through. But see, then you can go in your cave. You have like a structural entrance if you want to have one. I'd probably get rid of these two decorative rocks if it was me, or make it a little wider and put the rocks all the way around it to kind of contain the look of the storage containers. But it just adds a little structural component. There was a a shed in FS22 that I really liked. It was an old wooden shed that I used for an entrance for caves. It just looked really well like it was an actual cave entrance from many years ago for mining. But see, look, our cave is still plenty tall here, and you could drive around in it if you really wanted to make it bigger. But that is how you make a cave with decorations or structures. Alright, now let's attempt to make an underground cave. Okay, so here we go. We are going to go into the landscape screen and go into sculpting, and we're going to go into raise and lower. We're going to increase our strength, and we're going to lower the ground here a little bit. We're just gonna kind of make ourselves around that a little bit. We can make that a little wider if we wanted to. Kind of really sink that down. Let's kind of sink that down a little bit there too. Okay, so now you kind of have a underground cave, if you will. Okay, and then you can make trails. So let's say you want a trail going this way, and you just make it as deep as you would want it to be deep. Okay, now we gotta try and make our entrance. So let's put an entrance to our cave like right here. Okay, and then we're gonna kind of slope it. So let's get our not our slope, but our soften tool, and just kind of soften this right here for a safe little entrance into our cave. Nothing too spectacular, but I think you kind of get the concept. Okay, now let's go ahead and let's put down some rocks. Okay, let's get back away. We'll go into the landscape screen. We'll go to decorations. And we'll go all the way down there again to our decorative rock pack that we showed at the beginning of this video. Alright, now let's select a rock. We're just going to select this one to start off. Toggle free mode on, remember. Okay, so we're going to put some rock up here on our hill inside our cave, or whatever you'd want to call that anyway. So let's put that there, and we'll put that one there, that one there, that one there, and so on. Okay, now let's get a different rock. Let's go with this one. Toggle free mode on. Let's stack on top of those rocks we piled there. Okay, now let's start to try and, you know, kind of enclose our cave. Maybe we could even make another exit point if we wanted to here. Alright, let's just kind of trying to make this quick here by using the same rock so you kind of get the whole point of this. We'll put some over here. we'll just start stacking. Stack there, and stack there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and let's go there, and there, and kind of spread them out a little bit. Get some natural light windows into the cave. Okay, now let's get a different rock. We'll need kind of a bigger rock that's gonna stretch. Let's go with some of this one here. On toggle free mode on. Let's start to pile these up here a little bit. So we'll put that there. Maybe put that one there. And that there. 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 You get them to start to stack on each other, then you can increase, you know, you can increase your next rock on top of the other one. Is kind of the concept here. We'll go like that. Okay, now let's go there. Okay, now let's pick another big old rock. Let's see, like this one. Toggle free mode on. Alright, let's see if we can get this somewhat enclosed now. We'll go right there. And right there. Right there. 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 We'll go there. We're getting on top of them here. There and there and there. Whoops. That one I put down in there, but that's okay. That kind of adds a little something to it, and it's toggle free mode on, so it shouldn't have raised the ground or did anything different. Toggle free mode on. We could place some down in there if we wanted to then. Let's get back here. But I think you kind of get the concept here. You just start stacking and you can make some pretty cool caves. But there you go, everybody. That is how you build a cave in FS25 with the decorative rock pack in the mod hub. Now you see we can just walk down in here and we can explore our cave. So if you got something out of this, please make sure you drop me a tasty treat on that like button, which is better known by myself as a crop battery and by you all people as a delicious donut. Don't forget to leave us a comment in the comment section, and please share a box of donuts with all our friends and family by sharing the videos and the live streams from the channel. But for myself, Rusty Money, we will see you all on the flip side. Have a good one. Thank you, everybody. Please like, subscribe, and comment.